cards too hard to be soft. Come across to bring your grasp of
let's do this then thing.
Stop when you are ready, taking the steady You may find out you're not who you show. The issues below flow free. The ceiling is where you build it. Your truffles are gilded. You just have to dig through the dirt. The hurt is only natural. It's how you know that you're alive. Once you stop the laughing, you'll slowly start to die.
I've become obsessed with, there's one called Baby Slow, there's another one called Barbin. They're great dancers. I want one of them for one of our videos. They won't do it.
I am an 11-ton butterfly.
So we have
I'm gonna die.
Live for just about a minute, and I already have 2 fans here. 2 like obsessed fans, fanatics if you will.
Leave it.
Remember, we're in the car, so we're listening to TBG while we're in the car.
With this kind of decision, some blinding division, feeling of loss, looking for an opinion till you die on your cross.
What a weird looking sky.
Your boss, it's time to quit.
I wish I knew what all this shit on my window is.
Better than this.
Look at the light coming through the clouds. Look how weird that looks. Oh, and of course, we have a big old trail with a shadow.
I'm obsessed with applause, but the things
makes so much sense. All makes sense. I'm just a crazy conspiracy theorist.
I'm consumed by the looming fear. I'm not good at it.
If you're gonna use the word, at least use it correctly. F-R-E-I-E-R.
I wish
you dumb fucking
could sing like an idol. I have a rival.
Friar? God, you're so stupid. It's not even fair. I feel like I'm picking on the special kid all the time.
I am an 11-ton butterfly. I'm gonna fly away. I am an 11-ton butterfly.
This guy's license plate says on the J. What a weird license plate. Don't go, dude. It's a red light. What are you doing? Leah Bia! What's happening? I'm glad to see you. Seen you in days and days. I won't even do the TBG thing if you're gonna be here. Have you seen all the bullshit with
you can be relentless without
with Lindsey Graham? Have you seen it? I'm here to figure out why you hate me so much. You're a pedophile. I hate all you pedophile pieces of shit.
We are the answer. The stance here.
In fact, you need to ask. Just shows how sick you are.
Only reward is happiness everlasting as you tally the score. Are you already asked?
Seems like they're trying to say that Russia killed Lindsey Graham. That seems like the conspiracy that's you know, that's making its way to the top of the charts.
Gonna fly.
I'm gonna go the other way.
I am an 11-ton butterfly. I'm gonna die. Today. I'm gonna die. Today. I'm gonna fly away.
Shut up, you dumb fucking cracker. I'm 12. Look at this weirdo pretending to be 12. Like, it just shows you what sick pieces of shit they are.
Today.
They're just
I'm
sick.
gonna die. Today.
Look at that. Look how weird that looks. It's like glowing.
I am
How the fuck is the sky
11-ton
glowing?
butterfly. I'm gonna fly away.
I love
am an
Jesus.
11-ton butterfly.
What a dumbass.
I'm gonna die.
Oh boy. I'm gonna drive through the hood just for the sake. Look at. Here's that mosque. That doofus from Florida came to attack that one time and whatever. Remember? I don't remember. Actually, yeah. Look at that shit. I wonder when it was built. I wonder how old that shit is. I had to look it up. We have like a glowing red sun here, dark skies, the fire smoke. Ew, that's gross.
You don't always have to be Superman. I'll hold your hand and always love you. You will always be mine. Superman, I'll hold your hand. No one's above you. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm sorry, but your son, daughter is autistic. How does that sit? Imagine you are slapped with that information. You kind of engage with that way. What would you do? Would you try to prove everyone wrong? Sing your own words, write your own song? Would you be strong or fall to your knees, begging for answers?
Yeah, the whole thing with Lindsey Graham is fucking nuts, man. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's not getting any better.
You don't always have to be Superman, I'll hold your hand and always love you. Or would you be like Miss McCarthy? If you decided your son would be free. See, she jumped on.
You see that video of that broad
reached into the mines and
that
ran
was
out of
walking
town.
off
She found
like
a
this?
fire that made her dog shine. She set to about.
I don't know, man. There's just so many distractions. It's all just, there's so much distraction. It makes you wonder what you actually focus on. What is there to even believe? Can you believe it? Do you know to believe? Like,
it's never out of style to lay down your sword. You must walk the next mile, seeing every chord, for their beautiful smile is the greatest reward.
wow. You'll never see shit like that in the white neighborhood. Hairland Beauty Supply. Place that sells fake hair and shit. They took over an old CVS. That's how big that place is. That's hilarious.
25, my tenure had its fall. From grace, the laws of physics say the time's too small to go all the way through to the clay. 90 plus stories down, but it sure as I grade, the more that I found. What just doesn't sound like a viable story. I feel like a clown admitting that morning. I heard the warning, the memory's clear. The anger came storming, jet fueled by fear, embedded with tears, forever then changed while watching them shear the wings off my plane. The things they explain insult me at best, bringing in blame, replacing the truth, protecting the rest of what makes me me. But I refuse to accept their conspiracy.
You wanna talk about deception? You wanna talk about a lesson? Never learn. You wanna scoff at all the evidence and justify your aggression? You wanna bring the benefits down, nullify your lenses, vicious burden. Put your heels and defense them, and all the volunteer henchmen get the word.
Oh, let's see. something stupid.
Nothing appears to
So
be
I have all stupid comments.
Everything's weird. Resistance is
Bunch of
strong.
pedos.
Judged by my peers, my sentence is long. As I look to the mirror, should I put down my bong? Have they now engineered the tweets to be wrong? What truth is revered by the eyes of a pawn as they happily cheer for some kids in a thong? These innocent fawns just awaiting to hear the ring from the gong, like Bambi's mom, dear. All those who belong to the top of the tier. I now have the Kong, the Lord is right here. The flies are like Pong, the back and forth steers. Cheech against Chong, weed versus beer. We'll reach the new dawn, we all wish we could cheer. Once the 1%'s gone, what's wrong disappears.
That boy bad. He's just bad. That's all I can say. Wow, that was nuts. This guy is out of his mind. That's why I watch him every day. What part? Is it the part where we should kill pedos? Is that the part you don't like? I think that's the part you don't like. I think my open, my openness, my pride in calling for the eradication of you pedos. It's not typical. Usually people beat around the bush. And a lot of times it's, you gotta offer help and shit. Like I see those videos where the catcher has to pretend to offer help and shit. Well, let me have you meet somebody. Fuck that. Kill them. Kill them all.
Realize our dirty ponds, detergent is joy. Happiness bonds, the atoms and the bombs, our knowledge should.
No, it's because you listen to your stuff. Oh. So because my shit's so good I listen to it, that makes me out of my mind. Along with the fact that I can't play other people's music. Yeah, never mind that part, right? You're so stupid. Regardless of what I listen to, does that take away from the we should kill pedophiles thing? I am a terrible rapper. That's why I don't rap. I'm a terrible beatboxer too. You are insane. Yep, I'm insane. Thinking we should kill you pedophiles. I make a fake profile so I can watch a guy I swear I hate.
I'm melting.
That doesn't sound crazy.
One roll at a time.
Multiple fake profiles.
I swallow my spine at the slightest mention, claiming my attention's pull's too strong. I'm wrong.
Well, here,
Same song, dancing around the truth. A spoof of myself, my wealth's a belt, slapping welts across my stomach. A 6-foot summit, I plummet screaming. Help me please, my knees are wrong. I felt the breeze release my jaw. Healthy people don't heed the call. Help me please, I think I'm evil. Please save me, my misbehaving is shaving my zest. I tried to invest, but my best is a lemon. I'm picking out stems and losing weight. My gait is broken, I've lost my stride. The state I've chosen cost me my hide. My pride collides with tides of cant. My rant is my excuse. I'm less than use, my news is tying, I'm crying. Please shelter me, my sleeves are long. I felt disease beat through my bones. I'm sweltering, the heat so strong. Please shelter me from my evil. Please leave me, stuck believing I might change. Drains the light brightly shining behind you. Pressing rewind, do you see the real monster? I am a concert reduced to a riot. I am the sponsor saying, go ahead, try it. I'm like a pilot on a diet of whiskey. My character's shifty, I'm Ipsy and your mercy's my rival. You swim in denial. Meanwhile, don't help me leave my greed,
Ipsy and your mercy's my rival. Oh, it's so good.
Your shell is weak, I'll see it fall.
Only the Detroiters.
Don't help me leave, I'm evil.
I'm Let's go this way. Why not? We haven't gone this way in a while. Meow. He needs to take this one off this playlist since it's on the other playlist now. Oh, we've got more comments. Let's see what kind of... Yep. This guy's telling me I should get a haircut, then calling me zesty.
Like balls of light bouncing at night.
Right, because, you know,
One big detachment.
other dude's hair, that's what a real man talks about.
But
Get your hair cut. You need a haircut. God, I don't like your
my
hairstyle.
expanding desires to retire.
Manly.
desires
Manly.
That can't change. However strange, we need the balance. Like when your pal went, socked you right in the eye. The next day I was fine, and in time, forgot. I'm shocked when all seems alright. I just sit and wait for all must collide. As the ride keeps spinning, look to your beginning, and winning was your only thought. Then, your boss was shit. Someone with shells full of their own issues, filled you with miscues.
Oh, old school guy.
I've bent this rule
Completely
a lot.
different,
The
man.
fence is too tall to hop. It all has to stop. I'm not saying to be unrealistic. Just ask yourself, is this all that you want? If it is, who am I to say you're wrong? Continue along the path you're on, bouncing around like Ritalin's needed. Like gas in a cloud, molecule sound, everything's path is moving around. Constantly missing like comets and planets who will one day be kissing. Imagine the damage. The fact that we managed to handle this challenge is a plan which has no foundation. The risks that are taken,
The wrong time and place, and boom, you're dead.
when heading down the path you choose, your view's your own. It's unknown who else is paying attention, not to mention chance.
Oh, do even gone back and me warned. Yeah.
Not very believable.
Yesterday we had over 5,000, but hey, it must be because I suck so bad. And you watch me because, again, that makes sense. You watch me and think, if you just had a different haircut, I'd be able to talk about the things you talk about. Right? All about the haircuts. I mean, I just love it, guys. I end up talking about the most controversial things, and there's never any resistance. It's just crybaby, dumb shit all the time. And I just find that fascinating. Let's see. Oh, no, you're here all the time, you dumbass. Now you're just a liar. But we already kind of knew that about you. I mean, you pedophiles sort of have to lie to exist, right? Lying is a part of your core existence. You can't be who you are because everybody will just beat your ass and try to kill you. So you make fake profiles and you hide who you are because, people would it just wouldn't work out well for you.
I need to pull back from attacking the problem. I'm losing my grasp on the last of my noggin. I'm a Polish toboggan. Call me
Chomsky. I polish a diamond that's fugazi. I lose daily like playing the lotto. It proves crazy, but I'll never stop. So I hit every pothole, take every wrong turn. What is my motto? What's left to learn? Why should I concern myself like I do? The courts will adjourn when the trials are through. But denialist views denying the truth. Not dealing with feelings is riding a loop. Supplying the proof, writing the play. We're dying the roots of distinguishing gray. The thing with the way I've done it so far, it's led to today, and I want tomorrow.
How long do the raindrops fall?
How long do the raindrops fall? And
How does it feel when they hit the ground? How strong do the raindrops fall? And how does it feel to be the ground? Some deep stoner shit there. No one will listen to brainwashing. This guy is now on his second day saying the same dumb things. My brainwashing.
Look at the role models and the glue that they use to hold on, but
Yeah. I'm trying to brainwash people into thinking raping children isn't okay.
They splatter my face with that crybaby shit.
Oh,
better way.
like bananas, they split.
No one admits they're in control. It's not that they quit, their dies never roll. They fight to keep hold because it's all they know. Their dog is too old.
When
for
did
your
that
tricks
become a
and show.
BP? That
But these
sucks.
many roads will lead us to Atlantis. By acknowledging holes, you can accept olive branches.
These bimini roads will lead us to Atlantis. By acknowledging holes, you can accept olive branches. Oh, that's good shit. Dude, you dumb fuck.
do the raindrops fall? And how does it feel when they hit the ground? How strong do the
Fucking
raindrops
asshole.
fall? And how does it feel to be the ground?
Yeah. Go on, tell everybody how I'm wrong about killing pedos. I'd
So
love
what
to
is
hear
your
it.
answer, since you know everything? How can we advance towards summer from spring? You constantly banter, pull your own string, but what's been your plan? You're still locked in the Bing. That jab is a sting I feel every minute, a constant nagging, a meal I can't finish. So I beg your forgiveness and plead for your help. See, I'm only your witness and phony myself. I do know if you've knelt and given your credit, the feeling you felt is pretty pathetic compared to the leaded, fully octane emotion embedded when you are to blame. It's not hard to explain, it's really quite simple. If you make the face, you create the dimple. If you're looking to grin, you'll need to be clever. There's only one spin, pull off every endeavor.
How long do the raindrops fall? And how does it feel when they hit the ground? How strong do the raindrops fall? And how does it feel to be the ground?
Do something, bro. Oh, good job. Doom. I love these old ones.
It's all Trump and fake. Scripted TV, from the progress we make to the controversy. But what worries me is how nobody sees the illusion's confusion like it's supposed to be. The hopelessness and greed dominate the landscape. We're focused on the need while they control us using mandates. Claiming all should stand straight, they cower to the truth. Providing only band-aids, they use the power of the youth to devour and remove the blame whenever necessary. The towers are the proof, just like the acorns in the cemetery. The truth the news
dimensions barely hides all of its lies. They use the ruse to vent the scary guise of compromise. Their eyes are on the prize, as sheep were just the food. They hide beneath the why instead of how and who. But now it's time to do the don'ts the masters say will bring the doom and gloom. It's time we seize the day. So where is the first lady? I want her opinion on her husband being shady, not the porn star payouts given. But the thing is, she's been missing with a convenient operation. If lies are all we're living, then death is their salvation. The first verse is the setup, the second knocks it down, the third verse does enough to make the chorus almost sound like we're in a battleground and we're screaming for our freedom. The news almost amounts to a shoulder-sitting demon. The chosen choose the meaning and the message coming through. They make the heroes and the heathens while they sway the way we move. They play us off for fools. Fuck the Trump administration, shooting up the schools, then they blame it on a nation birthed out of invasion. Like the people are the savages. The work they put in place and the collection of the damages means we never had a chance at this. We are where they want us. They legalize the cannabis, then bust those being honest. They have all the bonnets, we're maids cleaning up their mess while they supply all of the nonsense. We give them our best. Told we should confess, they barely hide the secrets. They have us all as pets, we're happy little sheepshits. So where is the first lady? I want her opinion on her husband being shady, not the porn star payouts given. But the thing is, she's been missing with a convenient operation. If the lies are all we're living, then death is their salvation. So this verse is the one where the metaphors fall behind. No more cheeks with tongue, have you lost your goddamn mind? I know the sheep aren't blind, we seem to see what they want shown. But is your view what they call mine, or is what you think your own? Thoughts and therefore home to the resistance that they fear. I hope you know you're not alone. Support goes far beyond the mere. Their dominance is years, millennia in the making. Their tactics may seem weird that way you thank them for their taking your rights while shaking, baking you right out of contention. The globe they keep reshaping hides the curve they always mention. But since I'm always in detention for disruption of the class, I just have a simple question no one seems to ask. How come our dumb ass buys the weak distraction? The actor Rudy tries to pass off as having traction. How come no one is unmasking the fact that Donald to his latest garbage tweeted? So where is the first lady? I want her opinion on her husband being shady, not the porn star payouts given. But the thing is, she's been missing with a convenient operation. If lies are all we're living, then death is their salvation. Think about it. He cheated on his wife, and they have her hidden so we can't get her opinion. But never mind the fact that it's 2 years into the presidency and she hasn't done anything. Imagine if Obama...
We have a levy here. Somebody with levy. Oh, it's the levy. Fuck, man. I had a comment on Facebook, and somebody with a... What the fuck was his last name? He had some sort of chosen last name, and I was like, I do not want you liking my comments. What are you looking at, biatch? Oh, you too. I know, I hate this shirt. Yeah, I hate this shirt.
Who are they?
Cartoon.
Oh, okay. They work for video games?
No. Lancelot, you know, he has early signs of dementia. Again, but one, it's valuable. Oh, the Getty. I like that they're here and they're dumb and say what they say. But the other thing is, you just make a new one. They just make new profiles so they can continue watching me because they hate me so much. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I won't admit it. Yep, that's what it is. This guy seems to know a lot about fucking smoking shit that... Why wouldn't you just smoke weed? It's basically free anymore, so... You're talking about smoking what now? Let's see. Spray the metal and spray the metal down and jumper candle. Yeah, look at all this dumb shit. Again, it's always funny, especially the friars, how they can't just address what I'm saying and point out how I'm getting wrong what I'm saying. So they have to make up these fucking weird, goofy ass fantasies. And you just see like, dude, your fantasy's coming through and it really does paint you out to be just an amazing piece of shit. But you can't expect anything less. I mean, they're friars. You know, these guys believe Mishnah Nada 5:4. These guys believe that when you want a wife, you find her at 3 years old, you grape her, and now she belongs to you. Like, this is who we're talking about here. You know, like they're fucking disgusting. They're disgusting. Yep. Let me move out of the trailer park. Let me go down the stairs of my 2-story trailer. Oh, well, in that case, it's his mom's house then. Yep. Let's say I did live in a 2-story trailer with my mom and my kids and my wife, and I beat the shit out of my wife, and I smoke all the drugs, and all the battery acid, and all the bullshit. I do all of those things I'm accused of. Does any of that lessen Mishnah Nada 5:4? Or metzitzia b'peh? Does anything that I do take away from the fact that, especially this Levy character, that these guys rape children? This is what they're programmed to say. This is act.il shining through. This is the auto-emancipation pamphlet. It's following the guidelines. When you're not smart enough to make any real arguments, and you can't. That's the thing. They can't make any arguments. What the fuck are they going to say? How could this person possibly make Mishnah Nada sound okay? Or metzitzia b'peh sound okay? Or soul correction sound okay? Tell me. Right, this is just what they do. So they go with the you know, with the crazy psychological, it's a psychosis, it's a pathological disorder, it's an irrational phobia. Take your meds. This is literally how the yeshivas and the you know, the Hebrew schools and shit, this is how they get taught. This is the shit they get taught to say. You know, if these Goyim start asking questions, call them crazy. Don't get into the conversation with them because there's nothing you can say. There's no way you can make it sound okay. This is just how they operate. You know, and you can't, they're inbred. I mean, they've been graping the same 3-year-old girls, you know, throughout history. That's all just inbreeding and inbreeding and inbreeding and inbreeding. This is how they operate, man. You know, ask yourself, if you're new here or you just whatever. By the way, if you're watching, like, share, sub. But ask yourself, why isn't anybody actually addressing what I'm saying? Why are they, you know, pushing out a bunch of dumb shit, letting their fantasies fly? Oh, great. We've got Jerry, the fucking pedo here. Jerry is the big pedo. I mean, he puts it as his name. He lets everybody know he's a pedo by his name. Right? And, you know, there might be some of you that are wondering what I'm talking about. So let me read something to you real quick. We go to Wikipedia because Wikipedia is their number one source of information in the world. So we have to, you know, I don't believe that Wikipedia is 100% true. I believe Wikipedia is 100% the truth they want us to know. Belch. I think that was fake news, right? Yeah, so we're on Lumberg Factor.
Corporate accounts payable. Nina speaking. Just a moment. Corporate accounts payable. Nina speaking. Just a moment.
So we go to Sefaria.org. Okay. Sefaria.org is their, like, it's the Sefaria library. It's their official sort of explanation page, right? If you want to know anything about their cult, anything about their beliefs, then this is the place to go to. This is their official explanation, all things themish explanation page. And so we're going to go to, I'm just gonna, hang on a second, I'm trying to get my tea ready. Oh look, we start talking about killing pedos and shit, and the thing that they you know, that they're inspired to say is to fly the blue and white pedo flag. I mean, they just make it so easy. That's the thing. Their arrogance should be their downfall. Right? They're so arrogant in their child rape. It's okay that they're not even decent enough to hide it anymore. Because they know they have us all, they have the Goyim so distracted by hating each other for stupid shit that they can operate in the shadows, you know, without any sort of interference. They're not worried. They have us believing that we're not supposed to talk about them. You know, that we should all be proud and quick to provide the Semitism. Right? Semitism. It's important to them that we all believe in Semitism. And Semitism is policy or predisposition favorable to them.
So what's your serial number?
Ew.
Does anybody ever wonder who's counting?
Yeah, those little creams, not so, it's solid.
Regardless of your amount, don't you worry.
Wow, that's fucking nuts. I've never seen, the date on it is August 10th, 2026, but no good. He looks poor. How do you like your dudes to look? Tell me how you like your dudes to look. Look at that. We've got a bunch of people flying that pedo flag, the blue and white pedo flag. Why is it, again, none of them can seemingly address what's being said, though? Isn't that strange? You know, isn't it strange that I'm wrong about everything and I'm crazy and all that, but yet nobody can tell you why or how? They just cry and cry and cry and cry. You don't give us our Semitism policy or predisposition favorable to them. Right? Oh, look at this shit. Look at these dumbass comments. The funniest thing is none of them are proud. None of them are proud to be the friars that they are. None of them are proud of their Jewishness to the point where they'll talk about it. They'll say, you know, yeah, I'm Jewish and yes, we believe these things, and you know, it means this, it leads to that, it blah, blah, that you would think, if they really are these proud people, that they wouldn't be so cowardly about everything, but they're such cowards. It's amazing. It shows you how disgusting their thing is. Because even they know not to actually, take pride in it, because it's going to make them look pretty shitty. You'd think, like, if somebody were to question me about my beliefs, I wouldn't talk about everything but my beliefs. Somebody was talking shit about me, thinking pedos should be killed. I wouldn't hide behind, hide from any of it. I'd absolutely, fuck yeah, pedos should be killed, and this is why, and blah, blah, blah. You're talking about a bunch of nonsense. Am I? Let's see.
Why do you care?
So what part's nonsense? Is it the Talmud that's nonsense? Is it like which part is the bad part?
And everyone is free to evolve and think and be and not have this
Mishnah, and I'm gonna go down to Mishnah Nadah 5:4. Okay, so here we go, Mishnah Nadah 5:4. Here is the Hebrew version of what it says. Okay. And then it said that the translation is, a girl who is 3 years and 1 day old, whose father arranged her betrothal, is betrothed through intercourse, as the halalchic status of intercourse with her is that of intercourse in all halalchic senses. That means ownership takes place, right? Ownership. And in the case where the childless husband of a girl 3 years and 1 day old dies, of course she's childless. She's 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, right? They're not going to have any children at that age. If his brother, the Yavam, engages in intercourse with her, he acquires her as his wife. And if she is married, a man other than her husband is liable for engaging in intercourse with her due to violation of the prohibition against intercourse with a married woman. Not a little girl, with a married woman. If the girl is less than that age, younger than 3 years and 1 day, the status of the intercourse with her is not that of intercourse in all halalchic senses. No ownership takes place. Rather, it's like placing a finger into the eye. Just as in that case, the eye constricts, sheds tears, and then returns to its normal state, or its original state, so too in a girl younger than 3 years and 1 day old, the hymen returns to its original state. This is what the Talmud says.
I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down.
So how come they don't engage? How come they don't he is legit and is real shill. I'm a shill, says Levy. Levy's calling me a shill for advocating for the eradication of this cult. Yeah, sounds about right, right? Sounds about right. Look at the comments. Where's the explanation? Where's the debunk? Where's the refuting? Where is anything other than saying dumb shit? Because nothing you can say. It's amazing, right? But you have to understand that all the people in the comment section, they've been raped themselves. When they were young, until they hit their bar or bat mitzvah, they were getting ritualistically violated. Right? Stop blaming your problems on other groups of people. It's your drug use. Which problems am I blaming on other people? Isn't it funny how they always run with these same arguments? Okay. Isn't it crazy how they do this? Yep, I need to get help. For what part there, Jerry? Isn't it funny how they all get blasphemous? Right? Isn't it funny how they all start saying blasphemous shit? This guy is posting pizza slices and the blue and white pedo flag. Gee, I wonder why. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate this. You know? Like, they're obviously not here in a supporting fashion. They're not here with support. They're here to be opposition. And this is the best they can come up with. Right? They just, look at them. Look at how they're crying. They're not proud of what they believe in. If they were proud, they'd engage. They'd tell me why I'm wrong and why it's okay that 3-year-olds are on the table. I mean, it's fucking nuts. Man, 1% man. Yeah. If there wasn't the weed, what would they focus on? Then it's my hair, then it's this, then it's that. Right? You're the only one talking about Judaism here. Yep. Which is weird because you'd think all of the admitted Jews that are here would be proud to talk about their thing. They wouldn't be so embarrassed by what they believe. What's up, Matt? You're the only one crying. Yes, I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm sick. I'm all these things over the idea. Because remember, at the end of the day, my main goal, my mission statement, is that the most important thing in the world right now is not stopping the genocide. It's protecting the Jewish children. So you can call me all the ists and isms that you want, but I'm the one that wants the Jewish children to be safe. Belch. And you would think all these Jewish people that are here crying would be supporting me, right? Yep, all these meth blunts. How that works. You subscribe to the Schofield Bible. The Bible, all Bibles are fucking stupid. Right? It's all for stupid people. It's all a Jewish fairy tale. You know? Jesus was Jewish. Mary was Jewish. Every main character in the Bible is Jewish. You can get mad all you want, but that's the truth. They have you believing that the key to your salvation, your own personal salvation, lies in a Jewish guy. Satan Yahoo. I don't want to give him that sort of credit. I don't want to give him, you know, the importance of Satan. You know, he's just a douchebag. He's a motherfucker. He could die, you know. Oh, I can't wait till he dies. I don't know who's worse, him or Ben Gavir. But somebody needs to just, if nukes were real, Iran needs to drop one. But like I keep saying, the genocide itself, the wars are distractions. You know? How many times have you heard Iran say, if Israel does one more thing, just one more thing, then Iran's gonna fucking fuck them up? You've heard that countless times. And then, of course, Israel does that one more thing, and Iran does nothing. No, just one more thing. Just one more thing. You know, it's all fucking, it's all distraction. I love all the people that are literally here every single day for as long as I'm live. They're here crying for my attention, saying you should get a job. Sorry, not all of us can get paid by act.io. You know, we all don't have that option. People need to understand what's going on here. Act.io. Isn't it funny too? Like, this is another great example of why this is act.io. So nobody has said anything about wasp spray and all this other shit until today. And yet today, multiple people, multiple profiles are saying the same shit. This isn't something that's said consistently, but on today, they all just happen to come up with this same one on their own, individually, right? It's not a group. It's not act.io, which is a locked up page, a social networking service used by supporters of Israel to oppose online anti-Israel content, such as the Boycott, Divestments, and Sanctions Movement, BDS. Its activities were referred to as, quote, an online propaganda campaign and, quote, a virtual situation room of pro-Israel experts. Act.il, this is the part to pay attention to. Act.il directed its users to, quote, missions to like, comment on, and share pro-Israel material on social media. It also asked users to flag, report, and respond to criticisms of Israel. Users were guided how to respond, which might entail writing a reply using the provided talking points. That's why they all suddenly, of all days, of all time, they all suddenly come today with the wasp spray bullshit, the bug spray bullshit, right? Because this was what was, you know, this was the talking point that was provided to them this morning. You know, they're just so obvious about it, right? The app also provided users with ready-made memes promoting Israel's perspective for them to share. By completing missions, users earned points, unlocked badges, and had their scores displayed on leaderboards. Like, it really doesn't get more obvious than this. Unlocked badges. What do you think unlocked badges means? Those are prizes, right? A badge is a prize. And it's literally like getting stripes in the military. And I'm going to explain it a little bit more here. This is just the synopsis. This is just the Wikipedia version. But all you have to do is go to this article in the jewishcurrents.org. You can't hide behind, this is anti-Semitic. This is anti-Semitism. You don't get to hide behind this. This is jewishcurrents.org. It doesn't get more you than this. An app called Act.il has adapted IDF communications strategy into a massively multiplayer online game. Daniel Lark, August 10th, 2020. Keep that in mind too while I'm reading. This is from August of 2020. So it's gotten significantly worse since then. It starts with this year on Nakba Day, the annual May 15th commemoration of the mass displacement of Palestinians during the establishment of the State of Israel. In memory of Theo Sullivan. with the establishment, with the establishment of the state of Israel. I always think it's strange that they refer to themselves as a state. It's like you're the owner of the company, but you refer to yourself as a manager. Like, that just doesn't make any sense, right? The same day, a special mission appeared on the app and Facebook page of the online platform act.il, directing users to download a set of images and memes already cropped into Instagram-ready squares and then share them on social media under the hashtag, quote, key to peace. The dumbass said something a minute ago about nobody's been on here defending Israel or Judaism. Well, that's not true. Lots of people have hoisted the blue and white pedo flag and mentioned some aspects of things, right? But you'll see in this article that it's called a no logo policy, where you'll see. Designed to disrupt and delegitimize the observance of Nakba Day, the memes were replete with racist and violent imagery of Palestinians, pictures of suited men transforming into terrorists, like this one. Photos of children dressed in camo and war paint. Hundreds of images soon appeared online, posted and shared by everyday users as well as prominent right-wing pro-Israel activists like Israeli-American Council co-founder Adam Milstein. Okay. What? Israeli officials, wealthy mega donors, and Zionist activists increasingly speak of an, quote, online battle for Israel. And this language of war is not merely a figure of speech. As it has moved online, Hasbara, the Israeli term for the Hebrew term for Israeli propaganda, pitched to foreign audiences, a key part of Zionist advocacy for decades, has come to include cyber initiatives that work closely in concert with Israel's military. Perhaps the most ambitious of these initiatives is act.il, an app that has adapted IDF communication strategy into something like a massively multiplayer online game. If you're watching, don't forget to like, share, and sub. If anything, people need to see how desperate you guys are in the comment section, trying to distract and change the subject, and like normal Americans, white, black, green, they're gonna hear this shit and be like, wait, what are you talking about? They're not gonna say, oh, change the subject, I don't want to hear about this, change it. People want to know about this shit, right? Launched in 2017, act.il sends activists on, quote, missions to like, comment, and share pro-Israel material on social media, and to flag, report, and respond to Israel's online critics. Users jump from platform to platform, countering criticisms of Israel with talking points and images that reflect a right-wing Zionist understanding of Jewish and Israeli history, culture, and politics. The app encourages Israel supporters, and particularly Jewish Americans, to imagine themselves as soldiers fighting for Israel on the front lines of a vicious cyber war. In doing so, these supporters form a network with Israel's actual soldiers. The app's CEO, Yardin Ben Youssef, is a longtime Israeli intelligence officer who told The Forward in 2017 that Act.il's developers work closely, if informally, with Israeli military and intelligence officials. The app's enthusiastic gamification of propaganda and its slick startup veneer mask the direct extension of Israeli militarism and surveillance into the diaspora Jewish communal life. Remember, this is Jewish JewishCurrents.org, right? Right, this is normally they would hide behind, this is some anti-Semitism, this is some propaganda. You know, they hide phrases all the time. But this, they can't do it with this one, you know. This is JewishCurrents.org. There's no Goyim anywhere near this. This is owned, run, operated solely by them. Solely. They don't hire us for anything. You know, maybe like, you know, the secretarial work or some shit, but this isn't us making this shit up, right? ACT.IL emerged from the Interdisciplinary Center, the IDC, Israel's first private university, which is located in the city of Herzliya, at the heart of the country's high-tech Silicon Wadi, and has deep ties to the Israeli military and state apparatuses. During Israel's 2012 incursion into Gaza, the IDC established an emergency, quote, public diplomacy center to address concerns about the country's image. The center was revived 2 years later when the IDF killed thousands of Gazans during another military operation. Right? This is what I'm saying. Like when I'm telling you that the war, the genocide is the distraction, understand this is a prime example of it. If they didn't want us knowing about this, if they didn't want us talking about this, they wouldn't publish these articles all the time. It would be hidden. That's what you do when you don't want people to know stuff. You hide stuff, right? Instead, they want you talking about this. They consistently show you over and over again all sorts of images, all sorts of you know. I mean, Netanyahu is on our news stations all the time. There's no hiding any of this. Go on, go now. It's not hidden if you can look it up, bro. Like he's so dumb. It's that Levy. Understand? His last name is Levy, so you know, you have to understand the inbred stupidity we're working with here. But he's literally telling me the same thing I'm just saying. Right? If this was supposed to be some sort of secret, you know, there would be very little talk about it. During both campaigns, Israel's military overpowered Gaza on the ground. You know, notice how they say overpowered Gaza. Not Gaza's military, not the Palestinian, you know, army or whatever. Look, I don't know if you can see that little line right there. The little chemtrail strip. Apparently the weather just got real calm in that one little area. That's it. It's not like they turned the sprayer on or off. It just got calm in that area, and then it got all crazy everywhere else. But going back, Gaza is not, you know, doesn't have it. When you, I always compare it to the card game war, right? When you're playing the card game war, it's not actually war until you both lay down the same card. And then you go war, and you put down a card face down, and then you flip over another card. And the person with the highest card takes the stack. Unless, of course, you both put down the same card again, then you repeat the process. But that's war. What we're seeing here is, you know, when it says the Israeli forces, Israeli military overpowered Gaza on the ground, you know, Gaza doesn't even have a stack of cards. Israel is laying down ace after ace after ace, but Gaza doesn't even have a card. There's no military. There's no, they don't have any way of defending themselves. That's why they make such a big deal whenever you see a, you know, whenever there's a kid or a group of kids and they're throwing stones at a fucking tank. Because they just, you know, that's all they have. It's actually beautiful. It's fucked up as it is. To see that level of spirit so strong in these people after everything that's been done to them, having no chance at any sort of success, having no weapons whatsoever, they're still out there throwing stones at tanks, knowing it's not going to do a damn thing but get them killed. They're still doing it to show that, fuck you, we're not going to take this shit. During both campaigns, Israel's military overpowered Gaza on the ground. Yet, despite these victories, IDC leadership, which includes former military generals, intelligence officers, and heads of state, continued to worry about Israel's reputation online, where eyewitness testimonies and videos by Palestinians and visiting journalists challenged the state's official narrative. It's like they're telling you to think one way while ignoring the videos and eyewitness testimony, the videos that you can see for yourself that destroy that narrative. They're like, yeah, don't believe that. Don't believe what you see. Just listen to the narrative we're telling you. And all they have is a history of lying. Why you would believe anything they say at this point is on you. But it's, you know, it's just interesting to see how this is presented. They were concerned about their reputation online because they kept telling people there's nothing to see here, but people kept showing there's plenty to see. And what you'll see 100% of the time is the Palestinians, the Gazans, the real Semitic people being obliterated by these non-Semitic, these anti-Semitic invaders. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Oh, I'm actually making Jews look good. Then why are you so upset? Shouldn't you be like pushing me and championing me and liking, sharing, subbing, all that? If I'm making you guys look good in your eyes, then you should be happy, right? There shouldn't be a problem. You shouldn't be crying so much. These guys, oh, did you guys see the newest video with Shmuley? Oh my God, what a fucking clown. But I honestly think that video is a setup. Because at the end of the day, the kid looks like he's sort of backing down to Shmuley. I would give anything to see Shmuley out and about, and I could walk up to him and say horrible things to him and watch him flip out. What did you just say? Say it again so I can sue you. Oh, I wish he would fucking try. Rabbi Buttplug Shmuley is a fucking pedophile. Without a question, without a shadow of a doubt. He comes from a long line of them. His father, according to him, his father is at least 10 years older than his mother. His mother had him at 24, the youngest of 5 children, after they had, quote, taken a break from having kids. Without you, everything falls apart. So that means, you know, at least if they're taking a break, you would have to assume that his next sibling is at least 3 years older than him. Because, you know, there's really not much time to have kids at that point, right? So, assuming that they were having kids every 2 years, which is about as much as a female can handle, if the next sibling is at 21, you subtract 8 years from that for the 4 siblings, now you're at 13. She was 12 or 13 when she got pregnant and had her first kid. That's Shmuley's mom and dad. Right? And if anybody wants to show me the friar, the chosen, the themish group that's out there demanding that they, as a cult, put an end to metzitzia b'peh, put an end to Mishnah Nada, put an end to soul correction, fucking hey, man, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's check them out. I want to see who that group is. Yeah, there you go. Right, this is how it works, man. This is how this works. To stem the tide of online criticism, IDC students, with the support of the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs and other state agencies, set up a, quote, situation room where, according to a campus magazine, volunteers worked around the clock, scanning headlines, posting comments, and responding to messages circulating on social media. Again, like, share, sub. It's important that we are just as aggressive, that we are just as well of an oiled machine against them as they have against us. The IDC quickly established the Situation Room as a permanent fixture of the university. Think about that. The university, it's a college where a university where children or the kids of all ranges of people, Jews, Christians, Muslims, fucking, Hindus, all that shit. It's a university. It's a melting pot of cultures. And yet, a situation room that is directly connected to the Israel's military apparatus is a permanent fixture at the university where they get students to do their bidding. Like, how fucked up is that? Imagine if China had that, if Russia had that. Imagine how much people would be fucking losing their minds. I can't believe this foreign agency, this foreign, It's just like AIPAC. Imagine if there was a Chinese version of AIPAC or a Russian version of AIPAC. They would be the first ones crying about it. If you had a group that excluded them, they would call it all sorts of names, and they would have all sorts of issues, and all sorts of ists and isms would be thrown your way. Oh, look, flying the pedo flag again. He reads one comment every 10 minutes. Yep. Why would I keep reading dumb shit? How can I do the other side of the feed if I'm stuck reading dumb shit over and over again? You sure seem to want attention, but you don't want attention for anything good. You don't want to say the thing that wrecks my argument and puts me in my place and all. You don't want to do that. You just want to cry. And I'm supposed to read all your crybaby. Gotcha. That's that friar entitlement, right? Even though I'm not saying anything that matters or anything intelligent, you're still supposed to read it. With the help of US-based pro-Israel organizations and software developers, it also began exporting this aggressive communications model to Jewish communities in the diaspora. Diaspora means Jews outside of Israel. Today, community managers and volunteers meet regularly in media rooms around the United States and trawl the internet for posts they deem anti-Israel, which they feed into the back end of act.il. These messages then become the basis for a sprawling online game. This is where it just gets so crazy. Again, like, share, sub. When a new user wants to become a Hasbara soldier, they create an account on the app and undergo a training regime with encouragement from a YouTube narrator who explains how the app can help, quote, upgrade your activism. Again, imagine this was China. Imagine this was Russia. Imagine this was fucking anyone else. This is just crazy. The app then offers a series of missions to complete. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever played the game No Man's Sky. But that's basically like, that's the newest game I've played. It's an old game, actually, but it's the most recent game I've played that fits this narrative. And basically in No Man's Sky, the game is the universe. And you're this guy who flies around in your spaceship from planet to planet exploring things and blah, blah, blah. And you have a list of missions that you have, but you also, you collect new missions as you go. And then there's a space station that you can go to that has a special mission hub that you go to. You get out of your spaceship, you walk up to the mission hub, you click the button, you get given a choice of 5 different missions to pick, 4 or 5 different missions to pick from. I can't remember. I think maybe it's 4. No, maybe it's 5. I don't remember. But it'll give you a brief synopsis of each mission, and then the reward, is there too. When you click on the mission, it opens up a more detailed explanation of the mission and the reward. If you accept the mission, if the mission is in the solar system that you're in, you get back in your spaceship and you fly out of the space station and you go to that mission. If the mission is in a different solar system, once you fly out of the space station, it automatically warps you, wormhole warps you to whatever solar system that the mission is in, and then you complete the mission. You go to the solar system, you go to the planet, you get out of your ship when you're on the planet, you kill the thing you need to kill, or you collect the flowers you need to collect, or you do the whatever. Once you complete the mission, you then get back into your ship, you fly back up into outer space. The space station, you call the space station to show up, the space station appears, you fly into the space station, you go into you get out of your ship again, you walk over to the mission hub, and it gives you your reward, and then you just repeat the process over and over again. The app then offers a series of missions to complete. Tapping a mission brings the user to a briefing where they are presented with a short description and screenshot of the target, a social media post, and guidance on how to respond. Depending on the nature of the mission, this might mean writing a hostile comment or flagging a post as inappropriate, or it might mean sharing or upvoting an allied post. Act.io provides participants with talking points, but also encourages them to develop their own language, lest they be marked as bots by social media platforms. The user is then brought directly to the platform where the target appears and carries out the operation. Finally, they can jump back to the Act.il app to earn their reward. Users receive points for each completed mission, unlock badges for achieving certain objectives, and are ranked on leaderboards that display the top activists in a given month. Missions vary widely in tone. Many try to tap into Israel's preferred image as a cultural haven and technological powerhouse. Last spring, for instance, some missions asked users to comment on Madonna's Eurovision Song Contest platform to combat, quote, culture hijackers using the supposedly ape to attack Israel. Others directed users to comment on the failed Bereshit moon landing. I guess Israel was talking about doing a moon landing. I don't remember this. But apparently they were so, gung-ho that they had already had their congratulation missions set up on the failed Bereshit moon landing, and marvel at how, quote, Israel, despite its size, can still make astronomical achievements. One mission sent users to rally around a fashion influencer on Instagram who was criticized for traveling to Israel. While some missions seek to distance culture from politics, others are explicitly political, asking users, for instance, to sign a petition in which criticism of Israel is condemned as anti-Semitic. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Still, other missions plead for the user to report videos on Instagram or Facebook that supposedly, quote, incite and glorify terrorism, even if the offending content is a provocative music video set to a political song from the 70s that doesn't advocate violence. Well, that's kind of familiar, don't you think? Each mission is accompanied by a title card that fits the hyperbolic language of ACT.IL's directives. While cultural missions tend to have a positive slant with heart-filled pink and purple title cards, many missions feature explicitly racist language and violent imagery. These cards feature depersonalized, closely cropped, angry red photos of anonymous Arab males wearing keffiyehs, throwing stones, setting fires, and rioting. One mission asked users to like a Twitter comment responding to an article from the Reuters news service, quote, that the vast majority of Gazan deaths were terrorists. Right? They wanted them to go respond to that and be like, yay. That one has a card that shows the head and hand of a keffiyeh-clad youth ready to launch a stone. Another card shows just a hand holding a knife dripping with blood, an allusion to a spate of stabbings committed against Israelis in 2015 and 16. Again, just fake stories. Are we to believe that it was just 2015 and 16 that you know, people were like, let's use knives? Nobody thought to use knives before that or after that? If you go look at that spate of stabbings, it's so funny because everything will always refer to it as a spate of stabbings. If you go try to find those stories, they're just nothing. They're fake stories. Like every time a story comes out about something happening to an Israeli, what I think happens usually is like one of them gets in a car accident or, you know, has cancer or something along those lines. And you know, either they die or whatever. And when that happens, they go, okay, well, let's martyr this person. They go to the family, hey, can we use your relative as, you know, in saying they were shot or they were stabbed or whatever. You know, they'll forever be an Israeli hero, and they won't have to be known as somebody who died in a car accident or something. And of course they're going to say yes. One defining feature One defining feature of the ACT.IL network is its, quote, no logo policy, an explicit practice of removing sources and context from publicly shared images and documents. As the ACT.IL website and promotional documents explain, the no logo policy is designed to persuade people who don't already have strong opinions about Israel. It functions as a kind of anti-brand, making ideological statements appear neutral and organic. Context highlights the subjectivity of political rhetoric. ACT.IL aims to wash context away and thus portray particular right-wing Zionist views as obvious or indisputable. If it doesn't fucking explain, look at the comment section. Look at how many of these fake profiles that are clearly Jewish, they're supporting everything Israel, blah, blah, blah. It's not their first time here. They come here every day and they cry for hours at a time. If I'm live for 2 hours, they're here for 2 hours. And yet look at the comments. Look at what they say. Right? Look at the nonsense they say. Most of it gets ignored, and yet they stick around. How many of you do that? How many of you find someone or something you don't like, watch it, and just comment and comment and comment, and then, get ignored, but you still keep coming back every day for more and more and more? How many people do that? It just doesn't make any sense. The only sense it makes is when you apply act.il to it or Team Jorge to it. In keeping with this strategy, act.il's website presents the app as a grassroots, crowdsourced initiative fueled by the power of communities, quote. Although in reality, it's very much a top-down production. The IDC commissioned the platform in conjunction with two well-funded US-based pro-Israel groups, the Israeli American Council, IAC, and the Maccabee Task Force. Ooh, the Maccabee Task Force. If you've been here, you hear that name and it just makes you shudder. They're just fucking gross. The former is a cultural organization devoted to Israeli American advocacy and has a lobbying arm that pushes anti-BDS legislation and hawkish foreign policy positions. Like Lindsey Graham. The latter, funded by Sheldon Adelson, this is before he died, obviously, and directed by Christian Zionist David Brogg, is devoted to combating BDS on college campuses. Act.il was developed by Rallyware, an employee productivity software firm whose customers include Avon and Samsung, and its interface closely resembles a gamified employee training and surveillance tool. The app's human resources aesthetic and management style are reflected too in the media rooms that pump data into act.il. Website administrators recruit high school and college students to become volunteer mission coordinators, because they're not paying them, with the promise that they will be coached and mentored by professional digital and social media managers. LinkedIn searches for many of the activists topping the mission leaderboards show that media room volunteers and paid staff tend to top the charts rather than the 22,000 grassroots users the network boasts about. Now, like I say, this is 2020. So 22,000 was extremely impressive, as is. In 2026, the app has been changed. In 2022 or 2023, early 2023, I think it was the end of 2022, an email was sent to the users that act.il would be shutting down. The act.il app would be shutting down, but that the users should still interface with the group through their social media pages. So I guess act.il has its own Facebook page or some shit. I don't know. They weren't completely destroying it. They were just pulling back because they had the October 7th hoax to pull off, right? Remember, no Israelis died or were taken hostage on October 7th. Isn't it funny how nobody talks about those hostages anymore? The hostages were the justification for the genocide for the first 2 years. And then, the funniest thing is, the sickest thing is, Hamas initially offered to give all the hostages back if Israel would just stop bombing them. And Israel, instead of taking up this, of course they're going to do that to stop, to save their precious hostages, they would, you'd think they'd do anything, but especially, all you got to do is stop dropping bombs. I mean, it's going to save you money. That's, why wouldn't you do that? Right? Israel refused and dropped more bombs. We're like, oh yeah, well, we'll just drop more bombs. They supposedly didn't know where the hostages were, and yet they were indiscriminately bombing everywhere. What if they were bombing the hostages? Well, apparently they weren't, and they knew they weren't. But they could have ended all this shit right away if they would have just stopped bombing the Palestinians. That's the narrative we have, right? Act.io has had some tangible successes when students at Pitzer College in Southern California pushed the school to drop its Israel study abroad option. The network organized a campaign with a widely shared petition, a video featuring student interviews, and missions directing users to contact the school and register complaints. While the vote to drop the program was passed unanimously by the student government, it was vetoed by the college president, whose explanation borrowed language from points found in Act.il's petition. That's weird. I wonder how many other study abroad programs they offer, especially with genocidal psychopaths. The online network claimed to have been instrumental in delaying the implementation of a new ethics study curriculum for California high schools by creating numerous missions encouraging users to argue that the curriculum was anti-Semitic and that it marginalized Jewish students. If you're watching, like, share, sub. The app's full user base can be difficult to mobilize because they're still fucking... They're lazy pieces of shit. You guys always have to remember who we're talking about here, right? Totally lazy, you know, totally just... They basically failed with the first Aliyah, and they were dying and stuff because it wasn't set up for them. If it was set up for them, then they would have been okay with it. But since it wasn't set up for them and they had to work, they failed. In May 2019, Act.il directed its users to an emergency webpage of specific missions designed to defend Israel when the military opened fire on protesters participating in Gaza's Great March of Return. But the analysis by the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensics Research Lab found that the page it advertised received only about 300 visits. 56% from the US, 36% from Israel, and 8% from Russia. Intensity, however, can make up a lack of breadth. Act.il's band of committed users, including the young people recruited by the site to learn online attack tactics, increases the likelihood that any online criticism of Israel, no matter how innocuous or accurate, will result in pushback. The rapid expansion of the app, coupled with Israel's eagerness to sell its high-tech security technologies and strategies to other countries, suggests that these efforts reflect a vision for the future of right-wing propaganda and online activism. Success for Act.io then is not about going viral or reaching a critical mass, but about creating a standing army of trolls always ready to take up arms in Israel's cyber war. Right? Doesn't that make sense? When you look at the comment section, right? And you look at the dumb shit that keeps being said and the avoidance of the topics and, you know, just the obsession with me to begin with. You know? Like, it's one thing if you're like, man, I'm so glad I found you. You're finally saying the shit that I already know is true and whatever. You know, I appreciate somebody saying these things. That's one thing. Eat me. And come in here and your whole goal is distraction, is changing the subject, is talking shit, is doing all that stuff. Like, just seems kind of strange. But then when you read this and you go, oh, they're getting points, they're getting their badges, they're getting prizes. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, I already thought this was happening long before I found the evidence of it. And the thing is, this is this is the evidence that is undeniable. You know, this is, how do you deny it? It's just like Mishnah Nada 5:4. I didn't make that shit up. I wish it wasn't true. I wish it wasn't so blatantly obvious and they weren't just so awful. You know, metzitzia b'peh is the circumcision ritual in which the moil, where the family all gets together, they have a party called a bris. The family gets together and they hire a man to come do the thing, do the cut, and then he sucks on it. And they all sit there and watch. And then they're happy. Yay, look, we did it, right?
The amount of stress is best addressed by professionals.
Think about that shit. Right? How awful that is. And yet, if you bring it up, if you ask them, their main argument is it doesn't happen as much as you think it does. That's all they'll say. The only time it ever really gets to critical mass is when another baby dies of herpes. It's already happened a few times, but when it happens, then it becomes this big thing, and they say, oh, well, only 11 babies, you know, this happens thousands and thousands of times, and only 11 babies have ever been contracted herpes, and only like 3 or 4 have died. It's not a big deal. And because it's like they address, they sort of address it, and then they say something like, well, you know, it's only 11 out of thousands and thousands. It's not that bad. Like something in your head goes, oh, okay, I guess. The problem is that it happens at all. This is pedophilia. I don't care what you dress it up as, what sort of ritual bullshit you dress it up as. Tradition. I don't care what kind of shit you say. This is pedophilia. And all of you sitting around watching are just as guilty as the guy doing it. And yet, again, they say, oh, it doesn't happen as much as you think it does. Which really is stupid, right? First of all, the ritual is called Brit Milah. The entire circumcision ritual is called Brit Milah. And it has 4 parts. It's a 4-part ritual. And it specifically says if you don't do each of the 4 parts, you don't get the mitzvah. You don't get the blessing. That the reason you do these things is the blessing. The little boys have their covenant with Abraham. That's what it's supposed to do. But it flat out says if you don't do all 4 parts, you don't get the blessing. You don't get the mitzvah.
Why do so many flip the proverbial bitch, switching directions when their kids are involved? The mystery.
So to pretend like it doesn't happen as much as you think it has, itself, do all 3 parts, but not do the all 4 parts, so your kid gets the fucking blessing, right? You're just doing it for aesthetic purposes at that point? What the fuck? No, of course they do it. But according to the registry or whatever, this is happening between 3,000 and 3,600 times per year in New York alone. Just in New York alone, this is basically, you know, if you break it down, it's basically, if they were doing it every day, which they're clearly not, they have their days off and whatnot. Not doing anything on Saturdays, right? That's the Sabbath. That works out to be, if it was every day, it would be 10 per day. But you got to take out, you know, 52 fucking Saturdays and then whatever other holidays they have. So it turns out it's more like 20 per day. And you know 1 or 2 guys isn't doing 20 of these per days. There's a whole fucking bunch of them. And that's just in New York alone.
And since your wonderful head is nowhere near lazy, you always amaze me. I'm forever too soon.
But even if it wasn't happening as much as I think, the fact that it's happening at all is a problem. You know, that's the problem. And the thing is, anytime anyone like me says anything about it, doesn't matter if they're Hasidic or they're secular or whatever, they attack me. They never say, hey, as a Hasidic, we're going to join your fight and stop. No. They attack. They all attack because they're all guilty. Knowing this makes me hate the fact that I'm circumcised. Mine wasn't ritual. My parents just naive. Yeah, me too. I disgusted with myself that my kids are circumcised. My wife was the big one and pusher for that. I didn't want to do it, but she was like, no, you can't have them, you know, be those oddballs. You know, uncircumcised wieners are gross. And you know, she's Americanized. They're American kids. And what they do with us is way worse than what they do with them. You know, they wait 8 days to do it with them so the kid can experience life, happiness, food, warmth, soft, joy, laughter, love. For Goyim, it happens within hours of being born. We're hours old when they do it to us. Why do you think we have such a high prison population? Why do you think we're so rape focused and penis focused in our culture? Maybe it's because the men are all traumatized within hours. Like one of the first experiences we have. You know, they like to wait until the latching on and the kid nurses for the first time. But if the kid's going to be stubborn and not do it right away, well, you know, they got protocols. That's awesome, man. Good for you for fucking. Here he comes. Get out of there, girly. Get out. Right? It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. These people are just disgusting and gross. And you know the reason why circumcision takes place biblically? It's because of biblical shit, right? It's because Abraham, when he built one of his God phones, because again, they're the only ones that can do it, but he built a God phone, and God told him, hey, you know how like I flooded the world with Noah and shit? And Abraham's like, yeah, that sucked. He's like, okay, well, if you don't want me to do it again, all you got to do is circumcise yourself, your slaves, and then every boy from here on out in your cult. And no, Abraham was like, okay. You know, because that makes sense. He was just, yeah, that makes sense. So you won't flood the earth again as long as we cut baby dicks? Yeah, and to show you that I'm serious, I'll show you rainbows. Every time you see a rainbow in the sky, that's just a, you know, that's me reminding you of our promise. Of our covenant. And so Abraham circumcised himself, 90-something-year-old man, old man at this point, and then lined up all his slaves, and we're like, he had some 90-some slaves too, or something like that. He had a shit ton of slaves. And he was like, all right, line them up, and he circumcised all his slaves. Now I wonder if he metzitzia all of them. Right? Do you understand how fucked up that is? That's why it's happening to this day? Because of some dumb bullshit that supposedly happened a couple thousand years ago? Like it's just fucking lunatic shit, man. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's not medical. If it was medical, it'd be done all over the world. In Europe, they say, no. The risks outweigh the rewards by far. Circumcision is not widely practiced in Europe. But here, they basically bully you into it. You know, while you're still sort of like, you know, affected by the birth that just happened, and you're you know, you've got all these endorphins and shit running through you. They come through and they, you know, hey, let's get this done real quick and yada, yada, yada. Like, if you saw what they did to the babies, you wouldn't be okay with it. The kid's in a nursery all by itself and strapped down, basically like crucified. It's actually kind of weird. The arms are strapped down, the legs are strapped down. And then they do the thing. It's awful. The kid screams, goes into shock. And they take this kid that's in shock, that's traumatized, and they put it in the nursery until it passes out, basically. And once it passes out, they bring it to you and say, oh, look, little man had his surgery. Oh, he's tired. He's a trooper, though. And that's that. And that's wrapped up in its own... It's fucking awful, man. Karen, what's happening? How y'all doing? This is like, it's such a crazy thing that we do this. You know? It's not a medical thing. If it was medical, then it would just be standard practice. But imagine like imagine the trauma that's done. These babies are hours old. They've already been through the trauma of birth, and birth is traumatic as fuck. Especially natural birth, where their heads fucking like get cone shaped because they have to be pushed through the fucking thing. Like it's just fucking crazy. And then within a couple of hours, they don't have any concept of anything. They have no idea what's happening to them. They're probably wondering where their mom and dad, or at least where their mom is, because they don't even know their dad yet. And then this thing happens to them. And like at the party, at the Brit Milah, at the bris, the baby's passed around from loved one to loved one, and they're you know, it's okay. You know, it's joyous. You made your covenant with Abraham, and yay! And even though the baby's in a tremendous amount of pain, there's all this positive reinforcement behind it. Whereas with us, it's, you know, you're in the nursery until you come out of shock. Like I think that more studies need to be done on the actual fucking psychological damage that's done, and the connection to the prisons, to why our prisons are so full, why American males are so violent, why you know, busting a nut feels good and all, but my God, it's not worth committing crime. Like, what? To me, I don't understand. Like, to me, the best part of sex is watching the female. Watching all the things they do, listening to the noises they make, and all that stuff. I'm a dude. Bang on that thing for a minute, and I'm gonna be ready for sleep. Like, that's nothing spectacular. With them, they sing all these songs, they make all these noises, they get all, it's funny, like, they make noises and faces and shit they would never make in real life. And you get them to make all these goofy faces and noises, and they can go more than once, and man, it's awesome. To have somebody that's like passed out, or somebody that's telling you no, how do you even have a hard dick at that point? They're telling you no. They're screaming no. They're crying. What's wrong with you? What the fuck? How does your shit even work? And I wonder if there's some sort of connection. Do you not wear to the wall? Yeah, I'm making you... Again, this guy's trying to say that I'm making them sound good. That just shows you what a sick, desperate fucking idiot this guy is. Let's see. The guy with the name Levy joined 1 month ago, has 0 subscribers. Yeah, that's not act.il. That guy's not Rise App. That's what it is now. It's Rise App. R-I-S-E, capital A-P-P, all one word. And when they transferred the user base, it was 40,000 plus in 2026. 40,000 of them waiting to get their mission. If you're watching, like, share, sub. Right? If you think this guy's fucking weird, right? that Levy with his fake profile made a month ago with no no subscribers. If you think that's fucking weird, like, share, sub. If you don't think that's weird, like, share, sub too. I want to, share it with people who might be able to answer questions and, might be smarter than you and might be able to actually engage. And if you're somebody that's claiming you're not a friar, what's your motivation? What motivates you to make a fucking fake profile just so you can watch me and cry about what I'm saying? Why would you be defending any of this shit? What is the motivation there? Right, now here we go. Now we're going to read how I wouldn't read the comments if he did explain it and all this other shit. They always have their excuses ready. It's always the same excuses, almost like it's the same people. It's the same group. Propaganda like the black community are so much like a black hole that they suck the energy from every planted seed since voting's an illusion. No one commands these beings lost in plan black confusion. I love that song. I would like to know the answer to that last question, caller. Mad about something you hadn't bothered to think about. Yeah, you won't get it. You're not going to get, well, this is just entertaining. So out of everything in the world you could be doing, I'm the most entertaining thing. Me calling you a pedo and advocating for your cult's destruction is the most entertaining thing you could be doing with your time for hours on end. Yeah. Now we're talking about bong lip. It's entertaining. There we go. Watching me smoke pot is entertaining. And notice how he called it a bong. They always call it a bong. English isn't their first language. But no American is going to be dumb enough to call it a bong. We know the difference between bongs and bowls. Beat Seinfeld, yeah. I swear I'm not a friar. So again, if you're not motivated by the points and the prizes, what is the motivation for you to be here in the first place? It's just entertaining. You could, out of all the different things on the YouTube you could be watching, all the different channels, all the old videos, Facebook, Instagram, video games, the TV, movies you might have on at home, going outside, gardening, going skydiving, going to the beach, anything else in the world you could be doing, and I'm the most entertaining thing, and that is supposed to hurt my feelings. Isn't it funny how that works? I'd rather smoke my own and watch you smoke. I'd rather do anything else than especially if I hate the person. But this is always the funniest response to me. Like I'm so awesome that even the people that hate me will watch me for hours. That's what he's saying. He supposedly hates what I do and blah, 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 all the crybaby. And yet he'd rather be doing the crybaby than literally anything else in the world. Notice how I didn't say he could be sleeping with somebody because, you know, I don't even want to talk about what his preference is. Right? We were having fun in the comments, making fun of you. Yeah? Oh, okay. Yep. We, as in the group that you're a part of? That's interesting. But, yep, who you are as a person is you find people that are advocating for the destruction of pedophile cults. And you're like, I'm going to make fun of that guy. Yeah, that's me and my little group. We're going to make fun of that guy. Man, how do I join your super cool club? And of course, if you say to this person, why don't you make the Guy Williams Sucks video? Right? Why don't you make the video where you're a talking head video like I'm doing, where you personally are looking at the camera, proving you're not a friar, because, you know, we can tell. But telling everybody how stupid I am and blah, 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 why I'm this, why I'm that. Good 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes for you to express yourself. You could gain some credibility here and make yourself a little video. And then I'll play it on my feed, and all of the points you want to be made will be made, and all of it. We'll play your video. You can get even more attention, right? Why don't you do that? I already know you won't. Well, that's all you want people to make videos about you, but hey, man, delete the video after I show it on my feed. You're so convinced that you'll make a video that'll go viral. I don't know why you're not making videos that go viral. You be getting paid and shit. If you have the ability to go viral, man, do it. I know the one Guy Williams Sucks video that does exist is not at all what. No, actually, there's two now. My bad. There's two now. From up until 2 months ago or so, it was just the one. And it was basically, like, again, showing just how important I am. It's multiple clips, little 5-second tidbits, 2-second tidbits from videos I've made on multiple platforms, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. They have all of my videos saved and time-stamped so that they can, you know, when I said, talking about how white guys and their tiny pricks and blah, they had that timestamp. They had it all ready. I couldn't even do that for myself. I couldn't do that for anybody else, but I couldn't do that for myself either. Yet these guys were able to get like 20 different clips of me saying different things. Again, you can tell it's the different platforms by how it's presented. But they put all these clips together. In between were Israeli propaganda clips. Right? Israeli friar propaganda videos. And then in some of the videos, they would write over the video. So it's all like this what I would imagine is a pretty extensive effort. Instead of just making a quick talking head video, which is extremely easy to do, they instead make this video, which had to take hours. I mean, I can't imagine having all of these different things that I've said time-stamped so that you can go to it at any point. Like, it's so fucking weird, right? But to me, it only proved everything I'm saying, especially also having the Israeli propaganda videos on hand. That didn't do anything. The other video is some guy looking at the ground and then showing the sky and being like, see, I'm in Michigan. This is dumb. It's the opposite of what I'm saying. It gives you zero credibility. And yet this is how this works. Life isn't about going viral or the internet, says the guy who's literally been made a fake page so they can watch me. They've been here so many times and gotten themselves blocked for saying dumb pedo nonsense that they had to make a fake page so they could come here and cry for attention. Because I'm not important, because I don't matter. I agree with what you are saying, but I must admit the music isn't to my taste. No offense. Yeah, okay. I don't expect to make something that everybody's gonna like. If I made whatever music you like, there'd be a lot of people that don't like it. If I made death metal, there'd be people that like it and there'd be people that don't. Oh well, you're not gonna catch all the fish. But I'm more than convinced I could catch 10% of the fish. And if I could get 10% of the people to dig my shit, everybody involved would be rich. But hey, that doesn't matter. Yet the levy is here. Have you got a Chevy?
Would you ever learn to fight from someone who's 0 and 9? When your life is gone to hell, you give all you pay while you constantly pray. You need to change the things yourself. Blame Jesus. So after some deliberation, you should send us money. We can call it.
We all have different tastes. Exactly.
See, I've accepted Sonny died.
If I made music to suit other people's tastes, I wouldn't make what I want to make. I make my shit. And I'm one of the few people that can say I make unique music. Everybody who wants to pretend like they make, they make something new and exciting, yet you're like, yeah, this sounds like this, or this sounds like that. Well, that's not really unique. How is it? Unique New York. Unique New York. I don't think there's anything better than what we do. Again, and I listen to it from a fan perspective. I don't listen to it like I'm critical. And I listen to it because I like it. At the end of the day, I much rather prefer listening to something that inspires me, makes me think, challenges me, No. What? What is it, David? I hate that I named my kid Dave. Or my cat Dave. David. Oh, look, the pedophile that said raping children is an act of God. He's here. Go figure. The fake rabbi is here. When asked, what about when they're raping children 3 years and 1 day old? He said, that's not rape. That's an act of God. Pretty fucked up. He'll deny it because, they're lying cowards. You'd think if you're going to say something, you should be proud of yourself and say it proud and not have to lie. I didn't say that. Especially when it's easy to prove, right? I have a screenshot of it. It's a different level of psycho that would even be here in the first place. Like I say, they make up 0.183% of the world's population, 2% of the U.S. population. The chances that I would go live, me, some dumb Goyim with 2,700 subscribers, who's live right now to 10 people with 18 likes, but 10 people, that out of all the people in the world, out of all the things in the world that they just happen to keep stumbling across my page, it's just impossible. It's not what happens. My other live channel doesn't happen. They don't just stumble in over and over again. Hey, you're that guy. Hey, what are you talking about? Well, these are cowards hiding behind fake identities, blasphemous at the same time. Like, they're not even proud to be what they are. You know, this guy isn't proud enough to say, yeah, I said it, so what? That's what I got, blah, blah, blah. They're not even proud to be the disgusting fucking psychos they are. But it's a common sense thing. Again, why would they even be here? If I'm wrong and I'm just some random dumbass, the chances that I would even have one of them here out of 0.183% of the world's population, that's just ridiculous. That doesn't work that way. But not only do I have several, and each one of them is obsessed with me, to the point where I don't even bother blocking them anymore because they just make fake pages. They'll just make another fake channel so they can come here and cry and cry about what I'm saying, beg for my attention, and prove every point I make.
Hey, there's a song about you.
I love this song. I'm going to replay it.
Within 4 school districts, would you accept the fact?
Real quick. Let me ask you this. If I had gotten busted selling and manufacturing methamphetamines within 4 school districts, would you accept the fact that I got no jail time? Would you? Would you really? I doubt it.
This is a song about the trolls.
Doofus is calling, doofus is calling. Doofus is calling, doofus is calling.
They inspire some of the best songs.
Never say thank you enough. You know not what you mean to me. Though I've dealt with the likes of Jekyll and such, these robots come so frequently. You think they love my frequency, while they constantly promise they don't. They're hoping that the meek can't see they will all of our won'ts. But you're the antidote. You help cure their disease. Sharing my witty anecdotes will rise up from our knees. But I only plant the seeds. It's you who makes them grow. I do just another nothing feed if you choose not to show. See, if you don't make it go, it only goes nowhere. Bro, stop saying bro. Bro, dysfunction's like mohair. And I know I always go there, but that suit no longer suits me. I'm a modern day Voltaire. I see religion as a movie that we should all profusely demand is kept from children. How do you not see how obtusely they shape the world we build when everyone is killed? Then who's left might pay attention. When the scripts won't be refilled and we're locked in the detention camps they always mention when the latest virus hits. That's when they keep the best inventions for themselves, yet little bits.
This was written before COVID.
Even by the gods, they sell us their spaceships and the marks just watch and nod. But you break from the pod, you do what you're not supposed to. You are not retard, who's now happier than the herd who always catch the bird flu since they're weak just like their mind. They don't focus on the words, but you fight choosing being blind. And since I ask you all the time to please think for yourself, you find it more than out of line that the doofus wasn't dealt the hand so often felt by those not in the system. I'd say it's time for Dad to grab the belt, but I think he likes the Pistons. And anyone with visions that's a knock on being gay, you lack the proper wisdom to see the 50 Shades of Grey. Always on display. It's almost never black and white, but he'd be happy in a way that he'd no longer need to fight. So what? He lacks the height and has the shoes too small to fill. If he accepted himself, he might no longer get the thrill for ever trying to spill the milk he always cries for. I'm sorry, dude, just chill. Not everyone's first prize. You're not the biggest geyser, but there are many in the park. You don't need to be a liar since you say I'm in the dark. If I'm really just another mark, then why would you want to be transformed by my all-spark? Your deceptive cons to mean how you're forever seen. But since you claim that I am crazy, why won't you simply be the queen instead of acting like such a baby? I'm screaming, yay, there's a song about you. Hooray, but you're still a clown shoe. Yay, there's a song about you. Hooray, but you're still a clown shoe. Yay, there's a song about you. Hooray, but you're still a clown shoe. Yay, now there's a song about you. Hooray, too bad you're still a clown shoe.
Oh man, that song's great. I don't care who you are. That's great.
Haters gon' hate. They keep calling me. Keep on calling me. They keep calling me. Keep on calling me. Hey, let me ask you all this.
Look at the
How many
crybabies.
people
You know what? I wouldn't have let you. You're way off for one. And two, not even on your quickest day and my slowest. Stay in your lane.
PBG, baby.
I mean, anytime you engage, you give them points. Anytime you address what they say, you give them points. And again, this guy is so desperately trying to find anything he can to avoid talking about Mishnah Nada 5:4, to avoid talking about the reality behind. I mean, he still hasn't given a reason outside of I'm entertaining that he made a fake profile specifically to watch me. To me, it's always funny. Like when you deny that you're Act.il, that you're part of the Israeli operation, and you try to make it sound like if it was true, if you weren't one of them, you're just some random loser who's like obsessed with me, and like that shit is so much worse. At least if you're in the club, you're getting paid. You're gonna get your points and your stripes and shit.
It's Kanye, it's Kyrie, and did you?
Oh, it's the crappy cleaning.
I almost fell for Kanye and the great Semitism deception, but he's just a clever con, and they are teaching us a lesson. Since at our first impression, he looks like the bad guy. Based on their definitions, his truth is just so bad.
If you're watching, like, share, sub.
Sad eyes, crying,
Help out.
foul, and whining. But if they're so freaking mad,
I mean,
why aren't
I
they
have
just
9
finding
viewers and 18
exactly
likes.
what they're finding so
If this is what you typically see, then I guess I'm just wrong. But if this seems a little off to you, that's censorship. That's what censorship looks like. Somebody claiming they're being censored when they have, 500 viewers, 1,000 viewers, whatever. That's not censorship. Right? You're not censored at that point. You're doing pretty well, Ian Carroll. Stu Peters, Nick Fuentes. Well, I don't know. I'm not talking to you. I know you already know. But, us women are more than wrong side correcting the huh. Oh, I got you. Yep. Karen is a bot. Damn, Karen. You're pretty good at being a bot. Compared to the guy who thinks raping children is an act of God. Karen was here when he said it. Matt was here when he said it.
To tell you honestly how Kanye's just, since obviously we are only goy. Their timing is so pompously putting day before the oi. Since Ari Special was deployed to bring on the cavalcade.
Ari Shafir, piece of shit.
Decoys so they can educate us slaves, which brings us all the
Is
day.
bot
The best banana
a word
and
for
lunch.
hoochie coochie?
He's brilliant in the way he likes the stool before the dunce.
What's the matter?
He straight up told us more than once there are rules that everyone
What?
knows, and though his jokes all packed a punch, someone still approved the show because Dave just doesn't go on TV because it's fun. He's been scheduled to toe the convenient
Look at
line
all the
for
different things they
several
talk
months,
about,
man. It's no coincidence Dave's
but
lunch
won't
is served
address
when
what's
we're
being
so
said.
hungry.
They won't even tell you why they're here outside of it's entertainment.
Keeping silent keeps you comfy, but if Kanye's
If I'm wrong, it just shouldn't work this way.
backup dancers, the Tupac truth that we're all lusting for is hidden. Look over here, no, look over there. Look at the books they.
I mean, the obsession is just shocking. And obviously they have to keep tabs, right? That's why I'm allowed. It's to keep tabs. That's why they keep me, but they don't, they don't let me go. If they let me go, last night shows what I'm talking about. Until they throttled it, my numbers were steadily climbing. I got up past 100 viewers, and then they finally put the throttle on.
Kanye's only claim paints them as large. It's amazing such a tiny flame can burn a Holocaust. Why so large?
And that's, they have to do that every once in a while, is that reminder. They keep thinking I'm nothing and I'm going to burn out or whatever. When they test it, they let me go, they let me have a good feed. And they see, is this guy going to appeal? Is this guy going to, Interestingly, though, all these clowns weren't here yesterday. Strangely enough, we were wondering where they were. Where have I been? I got in trouble. I was in trouble. But now I'm here. You should be subscribed to the other channel. I don't know why you're not. I'm in Australia lying in bed about to sleep. Just scroll down here, then watch for a bit, and now you keep popping up in my feed. Which, if you didn't want it, you could just tell YouTube, I don't want this, not interested. Really easy to do. Yep, my delusions of grandeur. You're obsessing over me. You make a fake page to watch me. Yeah, that's pretty fucking grand if you ask me. I would never do that for anybody. I've never done it, and I never would do it. So, you're doing something I would never do. There has to be a reason. Let's see the other channel. Guy from TBG. If you search, you'll find it. Actually, you won't. It's amazing how it's not like there's a whole bunch of Guy Williamses, but if you search me, you won't find me. George Bush does not care about black people. I'd look up Spaghetti the cat. Spaghetti the kitten. That's usually the best way to find it. You gotta be busy, man. Staffed away. What's the matter? Is the business failing? Do you need to share with the group? This is a safe space. What? Just chatting. No, I know. You don't ever have to explain shit. Just be. I don't take offense to anything. No offense to you, but none of you have that power over me. None of you have the power to offend me or upset me. Your profiles in a fantasy.
This exploitation isn't right, since even my preteen boys were like, ew.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but you can find me. Go to the Facebook page, you'll find it. But there's a lot of ways.
Just like most of you, I thought that trash was a rite of passage.
It's about 8 a.m. Sure it is. It's about 8 a.m. So he got up 2 hours ago. so he could watch my feed with the fake page he made to watch my feed. Stop it.
Was something that I hope
Get it.
them from being burned, but my stomach only.
And then he's gonna go put in a full day at work. He just wanted to come troll Guy for a little while because Guy's wrong. Totally makes sense. That's what normal people do. You don't want to be thought of as troll. I don't generally think of trolls as being people who are reasonable, make intelligent points, supportive in any way.
It's time the chosen choose to run. Let's cancel the Godfather, then we'll toast.
He love, yeah, I know he does. Levy Goldberg.
We need to stop calling it child porn. Porn is a willing exchange. The crown that should now and forever be worn will set the proper stage. Since it's time we turn the page on child exploitation materials. It doesn't matter if the kids are paid, they're still victims of the serial. Offenders using fear to pull the wool over our eyes. They tell the kids they're weird and dull and that no one would buy their lies. But
you really need to share how we could do a safe space there. That would be.
Since the kids are just a prop in Holly weird subculture. It's all an MK Ultra and it really is their fault.
I just, again, the whole thing is just ridiculous. He just knocked the box over on himself. Hilarious.
They throw the sticks and stones and the crap that we've been drugged through to keep us doing drugs to ensure that
I'm sure it is. You sick piece of shit. The thing is, you called raping children an act of God while pretending to be a rabbi. You set your own stage. That's not something people are going to forget. That's not something you'll ever get past. You want to come out? Yeah. You'll never meet me. You'll get your ass beat if you do. Spaghetti again? I don't know what to tell you. I mean, there's a lot of effort that goes into censoring it. So if you go to the Facebook page, you'll be able to find it.
That's not sweet. It's dirty, and it's still not cold.
Or if you look up Grok uses changes man's voice, that might pop up.
He attacks her like he's milking the last cow left on Earth. And yet, imagine how much filming was cut to keep the length in which it works.
I mean, again, how many of us? Oh, Jesus, I can't do this right now. What are you thinking?
That was your kid, you freak out. I want to ride with mileage and someone who knows the route. So why is Holly weird so stout, constantly pushing the opposite? It's almost like they're disgustingly proud of the fact they're raping lots of kids while they give us that apostleship. They program us through media. It's time we finally pop that shit. Instead of constantly feeding the machine, we need to be the Q to their alma mater. Before your kids, Apollonia.
No, we all can't get that job where we're literally paid. You know, we get our just being friar check. And then, again, I just read you guys this whole thing. It's right here. It's the Jewish Currents article, Call of Duty. A lot of them are volunteers, but some do get paid. And this was back in 2020. We don't know how much it's progressed since then. But the notion, the idea of them being paid trolls, I mean, it's not even like a far-fetched idea. It's not even ridiculous. It's literally right here. The evidence is undeniable. And to think it, like, again, if you're trying to say you're not that, you're just some fucking obsessed weirdo loser, I mean, that, sure, if that's what you want people to think or know, like, I don't have an issue with it. But it is interesting how all of your IP addresses come back to either Tel Aviv or Brooklyn or some shit. It's reality in your face. You know, I don't know what else you want to call this. I don't know how else you want to see it. You know, these are all choices that you make. And just like being a friar, you don't have to be. If you actually were a decent person, you'd be quick to leave that shit behind you. And do everything you can to eradicate it. Yeah. I don't have it, but other people do. People can look you up really easily. Thor does it all the time. But again, this is the dumbass that has a month-old page. No subscribers, month-old page. Who the fuck else would it be? It's all pretty obvious. It's just like the genocide. It's obvious. It's not being hidden from us. It's not. They're not trying to keep us in the dark or anything. They're blatantly doing it and then broadcasting it. You look at these dumbasses and literally making fake pages just so they can come here and cry. I don't know who, I can't imagine who else it's going to be. And then when you look at the effort put forth, I mean, they're dumb. They're inbred fucking dumbasses. And it's all just so obvious. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Check out the description. Get all the links. Get the free download. Get all the evidence possible. And do your best with it. Have yourselves a great night, great day. And you pedophiles, you kill yourself.